Castle corner, the famous little corner that is used by the Barrackers of South Africa. They'll be hoping for good news today. This is the first ball of the second semi-final. And straight away, bang on target. A quick delivery there from Alan Donald. He's operating from the Randwick end, and umpire Steve Randell is, from England's point of view, the bad news is that Robin Smith has a pinched nerve in his back, and he's not playing. In the air and wide there. If that had been a third slip, he would have taken a catch. However, a good delivery, and I can tell you that both of them didn't know much about it. It went flying off the outside of his bat so fast that the third man couldn't cut it off.
He never went after the spotting. He hung the bat out to dry a long way from his body. It found the edge and it flew quickly. Despite the rain, the outfield lightning fast. It was always going to be 4. The third man, a fracture start for England. Now looking for 7.
Good shot, straight down the ground. That's what he's there for. To turn it on, and into the fence it goes. So both of them send out to get on with it. Those Union Jacks are waving. England off to a flyer. No wicket for 18. Oh, a ball being appealed there for caught behind. He's given him out. He's given him out. That didn't look back. Gooch is on his way. Well, he might have bowled a few wides, but I tell you what, he's not a bad bowler. That was a quick delivery, nip back, dip hit the inside edge. Gooch didn't look very happy. The South Africans have struck.
Oh, did he hit the inside edge? That's the question. Seemed to hit him on the pad on the way through, or the thigh. Seemed to miss the bat by a long way. Big shout from Rick Pepper, excitement from the South Africans, and that's fair enough, but I think that might have been a rough decision. It's 1 for 20.
Have a look at the strike rate of Alex Stewart. 70 runs per 100 balls. He really has played well. Against South Africa. Good shot. Must be played by Stewart. Good placement. Might have been on down towards the Doug Walter stand area where all the Englishmen are. And 7 runs off the over. As well as a wicket, well, nearly a wicket. 1 for 25. Pringle continuing, and he doesn't know where it is. That's John D. Rose. One may have guessed.
Ball is dead when it lodges inside the pad. Stewart knew that. He wasn't panicking. Rhodes.
There's some interesting sights on this ground today. In the air and over the top. Well, if you really have a go at them, it hits the edge. The chances are it's going to go for 4, especially if there's a bit of bounce in the wicket. That's exactly what happened here. Not a bad delivery at all.
McMillan's got a good pair of hands. The second slip, he was up, but it was over the top. There was plenty of bat on it. He really went for the big cover drop. It's just a fraction wide. McMillan there making a big effort, but it raced away for 4. Valuable runs, and they're scoring well, England. They've not been tied down at all in these early overs.
And he's gone. Merrick Pringle has troubled Ian Botham, beaten him a couple of times outside off stump, and finally he's been rewarded.
Merrick Pringle has really settled down after some wayward deliveries early on in his spell, and he's had Botham and Alex Stewart in trouble, and here he just gets one to nip back, and Botham on the cut drags it on, just clips off stump, and Merrick Pringle very excited about that. England in a little bit of trouble now, having lost 2 wickets, 2 for 39.
Alan Donald breathing fire almost. Oh, that's got to be pretty close. Umpire Aldridge isn't over keen on giving LBWs. Kepler Wessels nearly had a heart attack there at first slip. He thought he had the third one.
This Kepler Wessels shaking his head, he can't believe it. And it's, might have just been going down leg side there, but it's caught him right on the crease. It's a very, very, very close decision there. Yeah, you see it from stump vision, and it looks as if it's going to hit the camera right between the eyes. 21 runs off 21 deliveries. Both of them was going really well. There it is, dragged onto the off stump.
Edged and taken by Kepler Wessels, but no ball is called. So he's having a charmed life, Graham Hick.
Eric Pringle will want to shoot himself here. Here he's got Graham Hick in trouble once again. He just gets the ball to leave him, and great delivery straight to Kepler Wessels, but the umpire's called no ball. And that doesn't impress a bowler, but it's his own fault.
It's nicely played into the pitch and bounced straight over Jonty Rhodes' head. Oh, and that's a dangerous slide from Hansi Cronje. Slid over the top of the ball and then whacked into the gutter. There's a little cement gutter there. It's not a good idea to go crunching into that.
Yes, the ball is clipped away well, heading for 4. And Hansi Cronje comes running round here and tries to stop it football style and goes straight into that board really hard.
Same shot, same result. 50 up for England in the 11th over.
Richard Snell just giving him a bit of whip. You saw how effective the first one was. And yeah, once again, that's where you cannot bowl to Graham Hick. He clips that away, cracks it through backward point, 4 runs. Richard Snell, there you see it from another angle, and it's straight through the gap, 4 runs. Great.
Oh, that's a very good shot. He really hit that beautifully. There's a lot of protection down behind point, but they could do nothing about that one. The Snell continues to be expensive.
This is where Richard Snell has strayed, just outside the off stump there. Graham Hick in the previous over doing exactly what Alex Stewart's done here. He's found the gap and he's hit this ball very hard. Gives Hansi Cronje at third man no chance to cut that off.
And he's carted that away. It's gone all the way to the boundary. So England really travelling on very quickly here. A number of boundaries in the last few overs.
There's some bounce for Brian McMillan outside the off stump here. Alex Stewart unable to keep that one down, but it's raced off to the third man boundary. Third man's very wide down there, and that's gone straight in the gap. There's a slip in. A big gap before you come round to third man, hence the 4 runs.
And down into the Arabian section down there. And that's beautifully struck again. Alex Stewart now really finding the middle of the bat. There's no way that Cronje is going to stop that.
This was beautifully timed from Alex Stewart. Full-length delivery.
Well, that's well struck. It was fractionally short, and it just drops inside the boundary. That's a big shot. Looked at one stage as if it was.
This time Brian McMillan has dropped too short. Alex Stewart has dragged this from outside the off stump. Hit it a long way down the member stand.
The batsmen have also handled it pretty well.
That's a beautiful straight. Fielded way out on the Africa boundary. Hudson. 100 up for England. Just going back to what Ian Chappell said, the way the ball has been moving out there, I would think the England dressing room is, if not in ecstasy.
He's played in 12 one-day internationals, some against India, and then this World Cup.
It's a very good shot. Stewart had already played a magnificent stroke of McMillan pulling away to the mid-wicket boundary. It's 2 for 110. Got him. Brilliantly done. David Richardson diving away to his right. That's a super catch. McMillan has broken through. Stewart goes. And South Africa badly needed that wicket.
He impresses me, David Richardson. Very good pair of hands. He's done some excellent work in this competition. Nothing any better than that. That was a very good catch and coming just at the right time for South Africa. Alex Stewart is gone. It's 3 for 110.
Fairbrother played quite beautiful.
What happens in the big time, and that's a magnificent shot. Played away beautifully off his toes. Flicking that one to backward square leg. Right into the gap for 4.
Yes, McMillan, who's been carrying that foot injury most of the week, where his Achilles has been fairly swollen, has been a little bit wayward here. Bowls a full toss just outside the leg stump, and Hick just latches onto that and clips it away for 4.
That's his 50. A little fumble there. Graham Hick takes a big sigh there, and out of their seats go the Englishmen. The Union Jacks are aloft. England are going to take some beating here tonight.
This Graham Hick, there you see, is 50 runs or 56 balls.
3 for 136. Got that way square. That'll be 4. Good shot. Not a very good delivery, mind you. Cannot afford to bowl short, especially on a wicket like this one. Hick there helping that one away down to square leg.
Graham Hick here is in fine form. You can't afford to drop it short like that, and Adrian Caper is a little bit wayward, and he capitalizes on this one. Drags it down, and there it goes. 4 runs.
As well as we've been captivated by yesterday's between New Zealand and Pakistan.
It's falling just inside the boundary. Got hold of it well enough. Got it clear of the field. Got it over mid-on and straight enough that deep mid-wicket couldn't get around.
Problems for Kepler Wessels. And Neil Fairbrother has already played 2 good innings in this World Cup. Very important for him to do well on this tour.
That's beautifully hit. That was 4 from the time it left the bat. There's a third man. He had absolutely no chance of getting around for it. Graham Hick showing the form which has gained him the reputation. Hasn't quite lived up to it in his international career so far, but this is the top innings after a shaky start.
There are some wonderful young cricketers around on the world scene at the moment, and Graham Hick is one of them. As Terry points out, hasn't quite lived up to his potential. Gained his record playing largely in county cricket when trying to qualify for England. But there is that lovely touch of class about his play, and no better example than that stroke away through extra cover.
We saw some shots yesterday from the young Pakistani Inzamam ul Haq over in Auckland at Eden Park. But none were better than that. That certainly has been the shot of the day so far.
That will be in the minds of these 2 batsmen too, Tony. They might realise already that they'll be short in the overs, so they'll have a dash at it probably 2 or 3 overs before it might normally be the case.
Yes, I think I spotted in the last couple of overs Hick and Fairbrother having a look at the scoreboard, and I think they do realise that they only have about 45 minutes left now.
And for one of them, it's even less than that. Neil Fairbrother, the man to go. Pringle deserved that as much as any bowler could deserve anything. It's been a very good exhibition of bowling in what has been something of a run glut for England. 4 for 183.
Coming back between a very large gate for the left-hander. He's brought the ball back into him earlier. Absolutely sliced him in half. Now he just about sliced the stump in half. So 4 for 183.
You can't do much about that.
It's just about the perfect one-day shot. As Richie says, you just can't do anything about it. Keeper dived despairingly. Arms went up in the air and shoulders drooped. And the umpire's arm went out to signal 4. But not anymore. John Rhodes in the way, and anything close to him is going to be hauled down as he pulled that one down two-handed. And Graeme Hick goes for 83. Tremendous innings by him. And I suppose Australians, even though they're not involved in this conflict, will point to the fact that the score is 187.
Isn't he a great fielder? He's done some wonderful things, including that run out of Inzamam up in Brisbane. That was a super catch. Hick out for 83, a standing ovation for the England batsman, 5 for 187.
Both batsmen involved in that.
String stretched out there by Chris Lewis. He has a great record.
Oh, that's beautifully played. That's a lovely on drive. One of the most pleasing shots in cricket, and played pleasingly by Chris Lewis for 4. It's 5 for 194. Well, he certainly has put the bat to that one with good effect. I don't suppose you could say it was as orthodox a shot as his on drive to 4 in the previous over, but it gained him the same number of runs.
Both these fellas out there, Lewis and Lamb, are extremely good at both varieties of the game.
You'd have thought John Major would have got a better seat than that. It's a great shot. Lamb hitting the fence on the 4 over cover. That's Alan Lamb at his best. This is exactly Alan Lamb at his best. He's hit this shot over extra cover with tremendous power, giving himself a bit of room. But he's timed this ball very, very sweetly. It's gone flat and hard and cannoned off the inside of the fence there. This is where Lamb's at his most dangerous. He's gone, bottom edge. That's the break that South Africa needed. Going for the square cut. It was wide enough to hit. Lamb getting a thickish bottom edge, and the wicketkeeper doing the rest. Well, it was almost wide enough if Alan Lamb had missed it for the umpire to call wide, but he's just got a little bottom edge on that. Very unfortunate for Alan Lamb, just as he was starting to get into his stride there. And Alan Donald strikes with his first ball back. Dave Richardson again, no problem taking the catch. Alan Lamb goes for 19. England are 6 for 221. It's a good hit. Finds the gap. 4 runs. Dermot Reeve is a very good improviser with the cricket bat. The field from Eric Pringle there had a huge gap at deep square leg, due to the fact there's a man only at long leg and a man at very wide mid-wicket. And Reeve has in effect swept the pace bowler like a spinner. England 6 for 234. A good batting performance by England. Donald. Chipped away nicely through the gap. That's going to go all the way. Dermot Reeve doing a great job for England. Dermot Reeve's timed this one very well also. And no man at that gap. He split the 2 men at mid-wicket and mid-on. Hit this ball perfectly, and that's raced away again. That's 4 more very useful runs to England. And Dermot Reeve doing exactly what he came in to do. He's messing around with the bowlers here. He's creating space for himself. And that's all England need, 4 runs. Alan Donald is fast, but having accuracy is another thing here. He's going flat out still. He's 10th over. He's got him away again. No ball as well. Great play by Dermot Reeve. He ran all the way out to the centre of the Sydney cricket ground. He knew time was going quickly for England. He's playing superbly. Dermot Reeve did very well to get so much bat on this. Alan Donald dropped it in short, and as we know, he's by no means a slow bowler.
Dermot Reeve had actually advanced on him. And again, he finds the gap, this time over mid-wicket and wide of the man at deep square leg. That's two fours of successive balls.
This could well be the last over. It's taken so long to bowl with runs flowing. It's gone again. That could be 6. That's a big long hit. Just bounces over the fence. Great over for England.
This is fabulous stuff for England. Dermot Reeve obviously had a very good look at Alan Donald in the nets at Warwickshire. And shake, rattle and roll there, enjoying every moment of this. It's another great shot from Dermot Reeve. Keeps his eye on the ball and watches it disappear like a long 3-iron.
When we sit on the Sydney Cricket Ground too, it was only going over. It just bounced just in front of the fence and over into the crowd. Great personalities in the crowd here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and the Doug Walter stand. This probably will be the last over. Here comes Donald. It's gone crash through mid-off. He mightn't get this. The first one's coming around. Yes, he will. Dermot Reeve timing the ball superbly.
Dermot Reeve having a real purple patch here. The last thing they would have wanted to see was another 17-18 runs coming from the next over.
And that's a rule that has to be changed for the next World Cup. You can't have a side only receiving 46 overs in a lot of time. 45 overs, in fact. Let's club that down too long on. Just the single. Look at the umpire, 6 for 252. And the players coming off the ground after 45 overs. That's a disappointing aspect. They only received 45 overs, but England have done very well. 6 for 252.
Got it past De Freitas. So this is a very good start for South Africa, and England will be shaken by this.
Kepler Wessels isn't noted as an aggressive batsman, but the one thing that he is, a very good placer of the ball.
And he looks to be a batsman in form. Really playing that very sweetly.
Really just used the pace of the bowler on that occasion, Kepler. Made sure he got it into the gap. Lewis is quite quick. And really that's all that Kepler did, was just use the pace of the bowler.
He's gone. That's the wicket that England wanted. Chris Lewis at backward point. Straight to him. Kepler Wessels heading towards the umpire. I think he's left something in his safekeeping. No, what's happened is that he's going to stay out there because Peter Kirsten is going to come in and Kepler Wessels is going to run for him. So he's got to stand over at square leg. So even though he's out, he's still in, if you get what I mean. So he's out for 17, it's 1 for 26. So Peter Kirsten, who is carrying a groin injury, had to leave the field of play during the England innings. He's come out there and will have his captain, Kepler Wessels, run for him. Oh, that's a great shot. My goodness, he just leaned on that. Magnificently played.
So there might be a little bit of movement off the track, but it appears to me as though there's good pace and bounce in the pitch as well. The batsmen have really been making the most of it. And it appears as though the first few overs can be a bit nasty for the batsman, but once the ball stops swinging, then it appears to be a very good pitch.
Oh, that's crunched off the back foot this time. 4 more, so Lewis proving very expensive here, 1 for 38. Outside edge and a desperate dive by Gadi Small. But he can't make it. And it's a Very hard fall there that he suffered. And he does seem to be troubled. That's the last thing England want now, for another bowler to go down with an injury.
I'm just wondering if he rolled on the ball there. No, he didn't do that in making the dive. I thought he may have got the ball under him.
And the lovely straight drive down the ground. We certainly have seen a lot of magnificent stroke play here this evening. South Africa travelling on to 1 for 49.
That's brilliantly chased and picked up. Here's an absolute star.
Lewis looks an outstanding athlete here. He gets after it. And most other players, I'm sure, with certain three. And he's got it. And then produces also a fantastic throw as well.
Andrew Hudson. Three to Hudson. Very good against the pace. A long first-class career. Difficult.
This is very difficult here. You see Hudson pulling it there for three, but you've got someone who's, or three of you are calling.
What a delivery. What a blow for England. De Freitas has been their best bowler, not just here tonight, but in other games. Has removed the danger man for South Africa. The big scorer in this World Cup, Peter Kirsten.
There's De Freitas. He's beaten Kirsten that over on a couple of occasions, and there he just gets it to pitch middle and hit off. What a fantastic delivery. South Africa 2 for 61.
Adrian Caper is the new batsman for South Africa. Peter Kirsten removed by an absolute cracker of a ball from Philip De Freitas.
Good arm, and the South Africans have got to be careful if they take him on from the deep.
That's a good stroke. Only two men outside the fielding circle. Gooch is chasing. It'll need a good strong arm to stop them getting four. And they make it.
And he pulls it in the air, just wide of De Freitas. He's played one or two fine pull shots tonight, Hudson. That one not quite off the meat of the bat, but 2 runs.
Yes, well, the best way of seeing exactly where these two sides are is to show you they're going to have to take the initiative, I think. They're not going to be allowed, they shouldn't allow him to simply carry on the way he is. It's going to be interesting to see what they do.
Very close, that's got to be close. Yes, he's out. A beautiful piece of bowling. Forced him on the back foot. He went for the cut. It was the arm ball. And umpire Brian Aldridge doesn't give many LBs. He had a good hard look at that, and that's a superb piece of spin bowling.
Well, that was a lovely delivery. Just went on with the arm. It's just a little skiddy out there. And I don't think there's any doubt about this. Hit him on the back leg and right in front of middle stump. And I don't know now, Bill, whether we're still at the same match, but I think we've got a problem, son. England made 252, and they now 3 for 90. 76.5 runs per 100 balls. Probably have smacked the old vision camera right in the mouth. Boys hit that down the ground. Could this be out? Yes, it'll be caught. No, it's going to be a huge 6. No, it's not. It's hit the screen. So that's 4. Don't worry about getting that one, Graham Gooch. A little unlucky, mind you.
He wasn't unlucky. He was lucky. He hit the side screen because he would have gone over. I have to call 4 here. The umpires are conferring. Umpire Aldridge, probably new to Australian conditions. He will signal 4. You can't give the 6 that hits the side screen. It's inside the playing area. Well, this one's actually about 2 metres inside. 4 he signals. Correct decision. Boo, says the South African supporters, but that's the rule.
Yes, that's why I reckon he was unlucky. He just hit the bar up there, and it looked as if it was going to be 6, and bounced back, and Gooch went right after it as he saw it.
Catch it. That's down the ground. Catch it, they say, but it's hit too straight for that. Illingworth shouted as soon as it was struck, catch it, catch it. But it was absolutely straight down the ground.
Well, yes, both the fielders, the long off and the long on, well away from that. It split Alan Lamb and Chris Lewis perfectly. It's a well-struck ball, this, straight down the ground, as you can see there, straight towards the sight screen again and bouncing on top of the fence.
He hit that very well. That was just a short arm jab, but he rarely got hold of it.
Gladstone Small just strayed slightly down the leg side here with his line. But very good contact.
He's gone over the top. Adrian Caper beginning to open out his shoulders, 2 successive fours.
Caper's flicked one to square leg, and this time he's gone over the top, over mid-off. And if Adrian Caper keeps up this sort of onslaught, that target's going to start to look fairly small again.
And he's gone again. So 3 successive fours to finish off the over from Adrian Caper in South Africa now. 3 for 128, a big over for them. Have really drawn the comparison quite level now. He's gone with him. So Caper has gone, and that's a big wicket for England because Caper looks very threatening indeed.
Well, that's well bowled, Richard Illingworth. He kept his head while Adrian Caper lost his. It was a wild, wild swing from Adrian Caper. He was aiming a long, long way back into the stands. The head comes up, the bails come off, and England are right back in this game again.
So Caper 36 from 44 deliveries, 4 for 131 South Africa.
Alex Stewart quite happy that the ball's hit the stumps.
Has scored only 28 in the competition. But he's hit that pretty well. He's gone over the top, and he started off with a boundary. And South Africa are 4 for 135 after 27 overs. That's well struck and well placed. It's gone for 4.
That's a long boundary down to square leg there. And again, Cronje this time finds the gap perfectly. It's a well-struck sweep.
It's going away fine. That'll get down to the boundary, or will it get cut off? Just got there. Gladstone Small, well fielded.
Straight down to square leg. It's going to be out. It's well held, not a problem at all. Graham Hick, very, very safe hands indeed. Great big buckets of hands down at square leg. Gladstone Small has earned this wicket, and it's Hansie Cronje. Caught Hick, bowled Small.
Good evening, David. And this is quite a time to be coming into the position where Hansie Cronje is trying to get the boundary here, and he's hit it straight to Graham Hick. What is a crucial wicket for England and for South Africa. Score 5 for 176.
He's hit that well. Philip de Freitas is the man after it. He's got a long way to carry down there. And finally South Africa reached the boundary. The change of bat certainly working for Jonty Rhodes there, and it takes South Africa on to 5 for 199. And on strike is 37 not out. It doesn't matter where he is this time, because this has gone for 4. Jonty Rhodes has given himself space again. He split the gap again.
This is what Reid was doing at the end of the England innings, and Lewis has gone over backward point, and here Jonty gives himself a little bit of room, and he opens the face of the bat and cracks it in the gap there between third man and backward point, uses the pace of the ball, 4 runs.
Gladstone Small gave the batsman room to work with there. And John G. Rhodes took full advantage. You can see the fire in his eyes now. There's no better time to come good. Again he's gone for this time. Lewis is underneath, he's going to catch it. Chris Lewis very, very cool under pressure at deep point. If he moved out there 2 balls previously by Graham Gooch, and this time John G. Rhodes failing to find the gap. He's caught Lewis, he's gone for 43.
John D. Rhodes had just clipped the ball before. Magnificent shot through backward point. Here he attempts the same shot again. Hits it a little bit too square. And there's Lewis. Very cool customer there. Catches it easily. And so casual. 6 for 206.
Richardson cuts it, could be 4. Superb stroke. Beats the man at point. That's what was needed. Peter Kirsten, who's been a star for South Africa there on the right, jumps to his feet. Wicketkeeper Richardson doing the job.
On that occasion, Lewis pitching short once again, and that's exactly what Richardson was looking for. And you really do open up the options for the batsman if you pitch short.
Yes, the pressure on Chris Lewis. Richardson moves to 10. McMillan's 18. That's a good hit. That's going to be 4-2. Here comes Fairbrother coming around. He won't get it. Yes, he does. Superb save. 2 runs. Wow, great outfielding by Fairbrother there. He was desperate. Kept Red Vessels jumping up to his feet. What a final.
Richardson picking the slower ball there from Lewis. And he's keeping his head. He's got a couple of spots picked out where he's going to loft the ball. Really is playing this pretty well, Richardson.
There's no long on. This time he goes down the wicket and misfielded by the brilliant Lewis. The pressure showing here. In comes Lamb to give him some encouragement. This is the 43rd over. It's a 45-over match. Starting to rain as well. Everything's happening at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
It's just the last thing we need is rain, and it's probably not going to help bowlers. The last thing they want is slippery ball, the odd wide. They don't want to give South Africa any extra deliveries, and also the outfielders making throws. It'll be tough.
No one hits a strike. Fairbrother coming around. 2 more. Super over for South Africa. 10 runs off the over so far. Staying the rain quite steadily here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Peter Kirsten, the veteran. Gooch.
Problems in the crowd there. The bloke couldn't see because the fellow had put the brolly up in front of him. And now Gooch is walking in to have a chat with umpire Aldridge. And now the umpires are going to have a chat. And England are in front at the moment. As far as a reduced match, if we do, for instance, if we didn't get any more play.
Captain Gooch, maybe giving him the option about whether he wants to play or not. Over they come, Gooch there, experienced cricketer. It's getting very, very steady here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, the rain. What a tense moment for both sides.
Well, the situation is we're in the 43rd over. At the end of 42, South Africa would need 251. At the end of 43, South Africa would need 252.
England will want to come off the shore. They've only got 5 overs, and they're coming off. The crowd will roar here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. It's certainly quite steady, a very difficult situation for the umpires. It's getting heavier by the second. The covers will come out, and this may be the end for South Africa in the second semi-final.
So 10:15 is cut-off time. So really there's still, if they were able to get back out there in where are we? Another 8 minutes, you'd probably finish the overs without too much.
South Africa need 22 runs off this one ball. Somehow, I don't think that's possible.
Now, it's a disappointing end to a great semi-final, but that's the rules. The umpires can only abide by the wars for the World Cup. Disappointed Mike Proctor and Peter Kirsten. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say, and the England supporters will be delighted. But the disappointing end to a wonderful semi-final. In comes Chris Lewis to bowl the final delivery. It's pushed away to mid-wicket. You can see that all the players are disappointed with that end. The crowd will roar here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. So at the end, it's England and a disappointing finish to a wonderful match. Disappointed Brian McMillan kept the vessels, the manager Ray Jordan there. The South Africans have played very well, but at the end the weather beat them, and a very good defending performance also by England with the ball.
Well, literally a very damp ending to this game. There have been some very good cricket played through this match. South Africa started well with a couple of wickets. England got off to a flying start. Both innings, in fact, the run rates at the start of both innings quite high. But both sides have fought very hard here tonight, and the handshakes will go on for some time. The South Africans have had a fantastic tournament. They've been welcomed back into world cricket for this tournament. They've shown just what talent they do produce in South Africa. Kepler Wessels, their captain, he's a sad man tonight, but he's going to be proud of their efforts over the tournament.